What's up, YouTube? Sean Forney here. So it has been a while. It has been an absolute long minute since I've done an update on the RX7. Of course, if you watch the other videos, you realize I have 4 kids and I coach them and just don't ever have time to do very much. But we have slowly been piecing the RX7 back together. So within this update, I'll talk about the things that we did wrong, the mistake that we made. Hopefully you guys don't make the same mistake, because it cost me and my buddy to have to remove the engine for a second time, strip it down to a bare block for a second time, just on something that was very simple. So stay tuned. I'm going to provide an update video. As you can see, the engine is in it. I'll put some clips of it running, and I'll talk about what is left for this FD. So if you haven't seen these videos, this car I've had for maybe 18 months, and I've always said I'm on the hunt for the perfect FD chassis. So particularly 94 and up. This is a 1994 chassis, 84,000 original miles on the chassis, clean history, no stories. Pretty much ideally what I was looking for. It is an LS3 stroker. It's a 416. To condense the long story, I took it for a spirited ride. The engine originally that was in the car only had like 2,500 miles on it, and we thought it was a lifter issue, which we found an issue with one of the lifters. One of the pins that hold the head of the lifter on was broken. Got it back together. That wasn't it. So we decided to pull the engine, tore it down. Cylinder number 1 rod bearing almost spun. It didn't, so it was okay. The crank, it was a factory LS3 crank. And I figured, what the heck? It's a part. Go ahead and put a whole entire new rotating assembly in it. So I put a Cali's rotating assembly in it, and the rest is kind of history. But while the engine was out, I figured the chassis, being an 84,000 mile chassis, body was okay. It needed some body work here and there, but it needed paint more than anything. Figured it was a great opportunity just to restore the whole entire car. So we did a glass out paint job on the car, new wheels. So I'm going to provide you with the details and all of that good stuff. But everybody stay tuned. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because this RX7, now that it is almost done, I say almost because I still have some other things that I want to do to it. I'm going to do some additional content on it. Obviously, the Supra is sitting in the garage feeling neglected, but hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you guys have any questions, hit the comment below, and I will do my best to answer them. So stay tuned. We're going to do a quick little overview rundown of what's been done to the car, what's left to do to the car, have some idle videos, all that good stuff. So stay tuned. Okay, so you have to first ignore my garage because it is a disaster. It hasn't been cleaned since redoing the engine. So let me see if I can find, let's see here. All right. You can see that's, where is number one? Number 1. But the bearing is somewhere else. I don't know. But these are the old pistons. I could have put them back in it. I could have used the original crank. It wasn't really necessarily damaged. We could have turned it or whatever the case was, but decided just to go with the whole new rotating assembly. Rick Leggett out of Boonesboro, Maryland is the one that did the engine block work, cleaned it, all of that good stuff. So the mistake that we made, let's talk about that. So the entire engine has ARP fasteners. When we put the engine in, literally a simple mistake, we use GM torque specs on the rod bolts versus ARP. I think it's like 42 or 46 versus 72 plus the stretch. We started it back up at idle. It sounded great for about 5 minutes, and then we heard tick, 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 tick. Well, to be safe, we pulled the engine back out. As soon as we got the, the windage tray out of the way, we realized our mistake. Luckily, everything was fine, put it back together, and now the engine absolutely sounds fantastic. I still have some tidying up to do with everything. I want to get the wires looking a little bit better. This is the AC wire, which I found was cut at some point throughout this entire process of the engine going in and out. So I've put like 60 miles on the new engine. It still obviously has some break-in time that I need to do. But one of the most important things to me whenever I buy a car like this, and a lot of the corners that get cut on these types of swaps, is no power steering and no air conditioning. That's kind of a must, even in the Supra. Power steering, air conditioning has to work. Just doing the right thing. So I still have to. These are for the fans. I still have some tidying up to do, if you can see, with the wiring and all that good stuff. So that will be tidied up. But when the engine was out, we figured, what the heck? Since it was getting painted, might as well do the engine bay too. So the engine bay has been freshly painted. And if you've watched my other videos, you know I'm a fan of factory body lines. You can tell with the Supra, wheels, suspension, really the only thing I do for exterior or OEM plus, if you will. This is a JDM bumper, but it has the front license plate shaved, lip, JDM fogs, all that good stuff. These are TE37 Sagas. The only thing that I need to do with them is get the center caps. Obviously, it has some some splitters on the side, and then a spoiler. Other than that, I like the factory body lines. I don't know why, but my camera makes this vintage red look orange. I promise you it is vintage red. But as you can see, this was a nice little touch. It's kind of my favorite. It's simple things, right? It's probably one of my favorite things on the whole entire car. This is the X from the LS3 with the Mazda RX7. So I like it, just those little simple touches. Of course, I bought new OEM Mazda replacement badges, and of course it wouldn't be complete without the new rotors. As far as what's left to do with the car, again, although it's an 84,000 mile chassis, those of you that are familiar with these mid-90s JDM cars know that the interior is kind of cheap. The Supras, all of them, the Hondas, doesn't matter what you get, it's cheap. So I need to get the map pocket lid. And then, for the most part, it's not awful. It's okay, actually. But some little things I want to do, tidy up the interior. I would like to get black carpet. Whenever I was doing the transmission swap, it took me a little while. So I'll save everybody that's doing this swap some time. If you're going with a T56 Magnum, they are 6-bolt shifters, okay? The hard part is trying to figure out the right setback. And for me, this originally had a white Lightning with a 4-inch setback. I didn't like it. The throw was awful. So I went with a Sicky Manufacturing shifter. But I ordered the wrong size. I got 5.75 inch. So for those of you that are doing it, 4-inch with a T56 Magnum. And the Sandberg swap kit is the ideal setback. It is in pretty much a factory location. The factory OEM dust cover, which I just bought a new one of and installed, fits, everything works. So 4-inch. And the Sicky shifter, I'll give it to them. Like, I actually really love how it feels. It's a game changer over how that white Lightning felt. Reverse is still a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it's not terrible. But interior wise, whenever I bought the car, it had an ugly, you know, like, well, I don't want to say it's ugly. I mean, to each their own, but it had the gauge pod right here, the double gauge pod for boost and oil pressure. I bought a factory speaker, OEM speaker cover that I found. Everything else, the factory gauges work. Oil pressure, coolant temp, everything else works. It's got a decoded digital box to convert for the gauges. But everything works, including the AC now, which is super important. Okay. So as far as everything on the exterior, it's done. I'm not touching anything else on the car. Absolutely love it. It's got some paint touch-up spots, but overall the painter did a really good job. And I can't wait to make a Facebook post or whatever just to thank everybody that had their hands on helping me get this car completed. Again, very long process. Under the hood, again, tidying up the wiring. I had already had it painted once, but since the engine had to go back in and come out, then go back in again, this thing has been scratched up, obviously. So I'm going to paint that, get everything cleaned up, and then the car will be finally finished. But the best news about this thing is I can finally drive it. I can finally enjoy it. This does have the Brembo Big Brake kit up front already. I want to get the calipers painted. I'm probably going to go black just because I think it looks subtle. It's better. And then the Öhlins coilovers, I need to lower the front maybe a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch. I'm pretty happy with the rear, but the front I raised because it was hitting the tires and I had to do some work to this. Well, the body shop had to do some work to that fender, but they did a really good job. As you can see, the body looks absolutely fantastic on this car. So that's it in a nutshell. So in a nutshell, this car has been together apart over the past 16 to 18 months. It's been a long process and it was stressful. This is the first all-out entire build like this that I've done and that I've actually helped with the engine. Usually I send it off somewhere, but we did all of the work except for the paint and body here in my garage. So it's been a really rewarding process. A little bit of a pain in the butt with the mistake that we made, but hey, we made it. We had to fix it. But all in all, I'm super ecstatic. Why the engine was out the last time, the only thing that engine didn't have done to it, with the exception of boost, was ported and polished heads. So I went ahead and got the heads ported and polished. We are expecting about 570 to 580 wheel horsepower out of this engine. We think it's good for it. Again, between 2,800, 2,900 pounds with me in it. So it's gonna feel like a rocket ship. So I'm super excited, but realistically, I'm just gonna drive the car. Maybe take it to Summit Point occasionally, but it's just gonna be driven. It's just gonna be enjoyed. So stay tuned for some more content. I'll slip some idle videos in there. If you have any questions, hit the comment button or leave me a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. Thank you all so much for watching and have a great day.